Thank you very much. Thank you, and good evening to you, all viewers and our trusty studio audience. This is, in fact, the first encounter in this second round of this particular series this year, and we are seeing the Antigua Grammar School for the very first time. Why is that the case? They were last year's winners, and so therefore they were given a bye into the second round. So we want to say good afternoon and good evening to the Antigua Grammar School. Gentlemen, you're shining. I'm thinking here that we are hoping to walk in the shoes of those who went before us last year.
Of course.
Of course, I figured as much. We also have this evening the St. Joseph's Academy. We say good evening to you, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Having overcome the Antigua Girls High School and the St. Oval Richards Academy, you found yourself in this second round, and I'm most certain that you are keeping one eye squarely on the next round, our semi-final round. So we want to meet our competitors this evening. From the St. Joseph's Academy, let's meet Mr. Zuri Tishera.
Good evening.
And Zuri is the captain for his team. Faizan Ahmed.
Good evening.
Richard Lewis.
Good evening.
Standby members for the St. Joseph's Academy, Mr. Aidan Reynolds, Horatio Reynolds, and Aidan Francis. Gentlemen, give us a wave wherever you are. Let's welcome them this evening. Good evening. From the Antigua Grammar School, Mr. Kishan Beckford, Rajan Charles, and Salil Williams. Good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
And Salil, you're the captain for your team this evening?
Yes, sir. It's Solly, sir.
Salil.
No, it's not no L, sir. Solely.
Soleil.
Yes.
All right, so that's my error. I hope I do not have to be tagged again during this encounter. So let's practice it one. Soleil.
Solely.
It has a wonderful ring, Soleil.
Right, thank you, sir.
Fantastic. Nice meeting you. Standby members for the Antigua Grammar School, Mr. Dominique Raguet, Naeem Christian, and Tristan Bristol. Gentlemen, give us a wave wherever you are. Good evening, good evening. And they're giving us quite a fancy little wave. Give us a wave, gentlemen. There we go. Let's welcome our standby members as well this evening. Our judges, thank you. Our judges for this evening's encounter are Ms. Trishelle Wetherell, who's our neutral judge from the Ministry of Education, Mr. Raymond Anthony from the St. Joseph's Academy, and Mr. Elton Isaacs from the Antigua Grammar School. Mr. Elton Isaac is also the trainer of one of the trainers for the Antigua Grammar School, and I know he too would have been drilling his team to ensure that they can secure another place in this year's finals. Of course, assisting us with the technical aspects this evening, we have Miss Aisha Lynch, who controls our buzzers, our clickers, our timer, and everything that is required to keep this encounter going and to keep us on time. We also want to say good evening and thank you very much to the gentlemen and ladies who are in the background controlling our cameras and everything else that is required for this evening's encounter. You're reminded that in this very first round, it is called our individual buzzer round for the very reason that from each team, we'll have the first members lining up against each other, and we will continue in that order. You will both receive 2 questions. You may interrupt me at any point during the reading of the question. However, if your answer is incorrect, I'll have to give the opposing team a full reading of the question. You may choose to wait for the full reading of the question, after which you may buzz in and offer a response. Similarly, if your answer is incorrect, we'll turn it over to the opposing team. A correct answer in this round yields 5 points on behalf of your team. Are we ready? We'll begin with Mr. Zuri and Kijan. Your first question. Which part of the pistil catches the pollen grains during pollination? And St. Joseph's Academy.
The
stigma is correct. Question number 2 for this pair. What are the lower chambers of the heart called? St. Joseph's Academy.
The ventricles.
The ventricles. That is absolutely correct. Give him a round of applause. We move on to our competitors, number 2, Faizan and Soleil. Your first question. What is the SI unit for time?
Seconds.
Seconds is in fact correct. Last question for this pair. Newton is to force as joules is to?
Work.
We'll accept that. Thank you very much. And you know, we will invite our audience not to be stingy with the applause. Yes, let us enthusiastically show our support for the teams as they receive their correct responses. We move on to our final pair of Mr. Are we at Mr. Lewis, Mr. Richard Lewis, and Mr. Ray John Charles? Your question, gentlemen. What is the chemical formula for glucose? Antigua Grammar School. I'm sorry?
CHL.
That is incorrect. St. Joseph's Academy.
C6H12O6.
C6H12O6 is in fact the correct answer. Question number 2 and the final question in this round. What is the common name for calcium carbonate? What is the common name for calcium carbonate? St. Joseph's Academy.
Limestone.
Limestone is in fact the correct answer, and that has brought us to the end of round number 1. We'll have a word from our sponsors, then we will return with our second round, our clicker round. We'll be right back.
Do you know what Social Security Reciprocal Agreement means? It means if you are moving to another country within CARICOM, you can take your Social Security benefits with you. Now, a key feature of the CARICOM Reciprocal Agreement is that residents have the ability to move and not lose their Social Security credits. Plus, you can access long-term benefits once you satisfy existing criteria. Reciprocal agreements serve to ensure that your Social Security credits within the English-speaking Caribbean and Canada are secure.
Contact the Social Security Office and ask for more details on the reciprocal agreement.
Thank you very much for staying with us. Viewers, if you're just joining our broadcast, you would note that this evening we are featuring the Antigua Grammar School, last year's winners, and the St. Joseph's Academy. In round number 1, just a matter of 10 points separating both teams. St. Joseph's Academy, 20 points. Antigua Grammar School, 10 points. Certainly an opportunity during this clicker round to advance your cause, close the gap, or even to surpass your opposing members. This is our clicker round. In this round, there'll be a total of 4 multiple choice questions. You'll have 10 seconds in which to secure your answer. You will use your clickers in hand to select the appropriate response from A to D. Is that clear?
Yes.
A correct answer in this round will gain you 5 points. I invite you to pay attention to the screen in front of you. And the first question. Which of these is the most complete list of conditions necessary for germination? Which of these is the most complete list of conditions necessary for germination? And that is time. Anyone wish to share the response they offered? Everybody's quite hesitant. Correct answer here would have been C. C. Temperature, oxygen, and water. Question number 2. Which part of the cell is responsible for holding genetic information? Which part of the cell is responsible for holding genetic information? And that is time. Now I know all of you know this one. And the correct answer here is A, the nucleus. That is absolutely correct. Question 3, and we're winding down. Geothermal energy is obtained from which of the following? Geothermal energy is obtained from which of the following? And that is time. Correct answer here is C, the earth. Very good. Final question in this round. Which of the following best describes the purpose of disinfectants? Which of the following best describe the purpose of disinfectants? And that is time. Correct answer here is B. Kill microorganisms. Kill microorganisms. I know many of us may attempt to use some disinfectants in an effort to try to mask scents, but that is not what it is. We use deodorizers for that. All right. Garbage bins, and all of those things, yeah? So you were quite spot on, killing microorganisms. That is the sole purpose of disinfectants. So gentlemen, we've come to the end of this round. Let's have a word from our sponsors. We'll see just how well you did. We'll be right back.
Self-employed persons are independent contractors, including but not limited to doctors, consultants, farmers, fishermen, graphic designers, vendors, bus and taxi drivers, gardeners, and mechanics. Self-employed persons who are also employed are now mandated by law to make self-employed payments. They can declare insurable earnings up to the Social Security ceiling of $6,500 per month. At the end of each calendar year, they may also adjust their declared earnings if necessary.
Contact the Social Security office and ask what you need to know as a self-employed person.
Thank you very much. Thank you for staying with us. We've had 2 rounds thus far in this evening's encounter. In round number 2, St. Joseph's Academy, you were able to amass a total of 55 points. Antigua Grammar School, 45 points. In the final analysis, after 2 rounds, St. Joseph's Academy, 75 points. Antigua Grammar School, 55 points. So Antigua Grammar, some catching up to do. We'll allow you to exit studio now as the St. Joseph's Academy get ready for their individual explanation round. Gentlemen, you're reminded that this is an individual effort. Each member of your team will receive a question. The question will be read twice, so we invite you to listen closely and please speak loudly and clearly so that our judges may hear you in the event they may have to intervene. You have 10 seconds in which to begin an answer, offering an answer. If the answer is correct, you will gain your team 10 points. If your answer is incorrect, we'll allow you to get some help from your teammates, at which point a correct answer will gain you 5 points. So I invite you to pay attention to screen. Richard, I see that we've had some reorientation in the seating, and that is quite strategic. So here's your question, Richard. Consider the following food chain which is shown. Seaweed is eaten by sea urchin. Sea urchins are eaten by crab. Crabs are eaten by egrets. Based on this food chain, state with reason what is likely to happen to the population of seaweed if all the crabs suddenly die out. State with reason what is likely to happen to the population of the seaweed if all the crabs suddenly died out.
The seaweed would decrease. The population of the seaweed would decrease because there are more sea urchins to eat the seaweed since there are no more crabs. The population of the sea urchin will increase and the seaweed would decrease.
All right, thank you very much. Very much spot on. Very much spot on. Give him a round of applause. Zuri, your question. Convert 27 degrees Celsius to Kelvin. Convert 27 degrees Celsius to Kelvin.
0 degrees Kelvin.
Sorry, that response is incorrect. We'll turn it over to your team. Question again, convert 27 degrees Celsius to Kelvin.
I'm afraid we'll have to pass.
Does anyone in our audience wish to offer a response to that question? Yes, sir. 300 is correct. And how exactly did you arrive at that answer? Absolutely. There we go. Simple methodology. We're adding 273 to the degrees Celsius. So thank you very much. And your name is? There we go. Thank you very much. And you hail from the St. Anthony Secondary School? Yes, thank you kindly. So we turn our attention to Faizan. Faizan, your question. What is an ecosystem? What is an ecosystem?
An ecosystem is a place where animals and plants live together, and plants and animals live together and fulfill abiotic and biotic factors.
Judges are looking at you with some measure of ambivalence. Do we wish for him to repeat his response? Yes. Well, please repeat your response.
And then an ecosystem is a place where both animals and plants live together. And I like to speak with my team.
He's opted to speak with his team to have it clarified. If the judges are saying his response was insufficient, all right, so we'll turn it over to the team.
Okay. A place where organisms interact with each other. That's what I have.
Judges are
A
still
place.
saying no. Judges are still saying no. I'm so very sorry, Faizan. So we'll have a word from our sponsors and we'll return with the Antigua Grammar School. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much for your effort in this round.
A sickness benefit is payable weekly to an insured person between 16 and the pensionable age who is absent from work because of a certified illness, not due to occupational injury. There are minimum qualifications that must be met before you make a claim, so please contact your Social Security office to find out more. Most importantly, the claim must be made within 21 days of the illness and the Social Security medical certificate completed in full to ensure timely processing.
Contact the Social Security office to have your questions on sickness benefits answered.
We welcome the Antigua Grammar School back in studios. Gentlemen, you're reminded that this is an individual explanation round. In this round, each individual will receive a question to which you will have 10 seconds to begin offering a response. A correct answer in this round gains you 10 points. If your answer is incorrect, we'll turn it over to your team for some assistance, at which point a correct answer can yield you some 5 points. Please note that the question will be read twice, so we invite you to listen closely and speak loudly so that the judges may hear your response at all times. Are we ready? Yes. Very well. So we'll begin with, is that Rajon? Rajon?
Yes, sir.
All right, Rajon. Your question. Please pay attention to the screen in front of you. Consider the following food chain which is shown. Seaweed is eaten by sea urchins. Sea urchins are eaten by crabs. Crabs are eaten by egrets. Based on this food chain, state with reason what is likely to happen to the population of seaweed if all the crabs suddenly die out. Please state with reason what is likely to happen to the population of the seaweed if all the crabs suddenly died out.
The population of the seaweed would greatly diminish due to the overpopulation of sea urchins, since the crab wouldn't be there to eat them.
Spot on, spot on. Very good. Give him a round of applause. Question 2, Soleil. Convert 27 degrees Celsius to Kelvin. Convert 27 degrees Celsius to Kelvin.
270 degrees Kelvin.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We'll turn it over to your team. Again, team, convert 27 degrees Celsius to Kelvin.
Would it be, oh, okay. The answer is
And that is time. Guys, the answer we're looking for is 300 Kelvin. 300 Kelvin. Adding 273 to your Celsius. Final question in this round. What is an ecosystem? Kijon, what is an ecosystem?
An ecosystem is a group of organisms living together, a group of organisms and their environment living together. Wait, no. An ecosystem is a group of organisms and the interaction with their environment.
I think we can accept that one, judges. Very good, very good. So that group of organisms living and interacting with each other in their environment, all right? And that has brought us to the end of round number 3, our individual explanation round. I saw some sigh of relief a while ago. We'll have a word from our sponsors, and we'll find out just how well both teams did in that round. We'll be right back.
Do you know what Social Security Reciprocal Agreement means? It means if you are moving to another country within CARICOM, you can take your Social Security benefits with you. Now, a key feature of the CARICOM Reciprocal Agreement is that residents have the ability to move and not lose their Social Security credits. Plus, you can access long-term benefits once you satisfy existing criteria. Reciprocal agreements serve to ensure that your Social Security credits within the English-speaking Caribbean and Canada are secure.
Contact the Social Security Office and ask for more details on the reciprocal agreement.
And there we have it. Thank you very much, viewers. Thank you for staying with us. Again, this evening we are featuring the Antigua Grammar School and the St. Joseph's Academy, both of whom will be seeking to secure a spot into our next round. Of course, the Antigua Grammar School, we're seeing them for the first time during this season, although we are into the second round now, and that is because as last year's winners, they received a bye into the second round. Here are the scores. After 3 rounds, in round number 3, St. Joseph's Academy, you amassed a total of 10 points, Antigua Grammar School, 20 points. The final points tally after 3 rounds, St. Joseph's Academy, 85 points, Antigua Grammar School, 75 points. So only a matter of 10 points separating both teams. We'll say goodbye just for a moment to the Antigua Grammar School as the St. Joseph's Academy get ready for their Beat the Clock round. Gentlemen, we'll see you in a few. Zuri and company, are we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're reminded that all answers should come through the designated responder, who in this case will be Zuri. A new question will only be read after you have given an answer or after you've indicated to me to pass. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. The team will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many questions as possible. I invite you to speak loudly and clearly so that the judges may hear your response. Your 60 seconds begin now. In the skeletal system, what is the area where 2 or more bones meet?
Ligament.
What device is used to protect electrical appliances from damage due to excessive currents?
Transformer.
Which word describes an object that does not allow light to pass through it?
Pass.
What device is used to measure current in a circuit?
Ammeter.
Give the term used to describe a substance which is made up of only one type of atom.
Element.
What is a chemical combination of 2 or more atoms called?
Compound.
What is the scientific name for a substance that dissolves another substance?
Solvent.
True or false? Isotopes are subatomic particles of an atom.
False.
Which structure in the body prevents food from going down the trachea into the lungs?
Epiglottis.
A mixture containing 2 liquids with different boiling points can be separated by what process?
Separating funnel.
What is responsible for the breakdown of dead organisms in the ecosystem?
Decomposes.
What is the term used for the total disappearance of a species from Earth?
Extinction.
And that is time. That is time. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll find out just how well you did after the Antigua Grammar School has a chance at the Beat the Clock round. And so we welcome the Antigua Grammar School back in studios. Gentlemen, you're reminded that you'll have 60 seconds in which to answer as many questions as possible. All answers must come through your designated responder, who in this case will be Soleil. Please note that a new question will only be read after an answer is given or when the designated responder asks me to pass. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
I invite you to listen clearly, speak loudly so that our judges may hear your responses. Your 60 seconds begin now. In the skeletal system, what is the area where 2 or more bones meet called?
Joint.
What device is used to protect electrical appliances from damage due to excessive currents?
Pass.
Which word describes an object that does not allow light to pass through it?
Translucent.
What device is used to measure current in a circuit?
Pass.
Give the term used to describe a substance which is made up of only one type of atom.
Pair.
What is the chemical combination of 2 or more atoms called?
Molecule.
What is the scientific name for a substance that dissolves another substance?
Solvent. Solute.
True or false? Isotopes are subatomic particles of an atom.
False.
Which structure in the body prevents food from going down the trachea into the lungs?
Epiglottis.
A mixture containing 2 liquids with different boiling points can be separated by what process?
Evaporation.
What is responsible for the breakdown of dead organisms in an ecosystem?
Decomposition.
What is the term used for the total disappearance of a species from the earth?
Extinction.
What is the technique used to separate colored pigments in ink?
Chromatography.
And there we have it. That's the end of the Beat the Clock round. We'll have a word from our sponsors. We'll return with the final scores. Viewers, do stay with us.
Self-employed persons are independent contractors, including but not limited to doctors, consultants, farmers, fishermen, graphic designers, vendors, bus and taxi drivers, gardeners, and mechanics. Self-employed persons who are also employed are now mandated by law to make self-employed payments. They can declare insurable earnings up to the Social Security ceiling of $6,500 per month. At the end of each calendar year, they may also adjust their declared earnings if necessary.
Contact the Social Security office and ask what you need to know as a self-employed person.
And we want to thank you for staying this journey with us. This evening, we featured the St. Joseph's Academy and the Antigua Grammar School. And in the final analysis at the very end, it turned out to be a matter of 5 points, only 5 points, separating both teams this evening. In round number 4, St. Joseph's Academy, you amassed a total of 35 points. Antigua Grammar School, 40 points. The final analysis, St. Joseph's Academy, 120 points. Antigua Grammar School, 115 points. I must declare St. Joseph's Academy as this evening's winners. Please put your hands together for them. Gentlemen, congratulations. Congratulations. I heard you battling among yourselves a little bit. Both teams seem to have struggled somewhat in the Beat the Clock round in particular. So certainly some things there for us to refine as we move forward in this particular competition. But the night is over, and we would wish for you to just offer a few words of thank you, Zuri, to the individuals who assisted in your preparation. Your mics.
First of all, I would obviously like to thank God for giving us all life and knowledge. Second of all, I'd like to thank 2 teachers, Mr. Anthony, one of the judges. He went through Beat the Clock with us earlier today, and also Mr. Nanton, our biology teacher.
All right. Thank you very much, Zuri. Soleil?
First off, we have to thank the Almighty. Without him, we would never be here today. I would like to thank the last year's champions for not only giving us the buy-in to the second encounter, but for training us heavily throughout about 4 to 5 months. I would also like to thank my biology teacher, Mr. Isaacs, and Miss Sardina for either facilitating or teaching us new things. And we just thank, the overall crew, my team, to help put everything together. And yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Soleil. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The St. Joseph's Academy will move on to our next round, and I believe we say goodbye here to the Antigua Grammar School. We want to thank both of you for making this encounter what it was this evening. We also wish to thank our judges, without whom, of course, these encounters would not be possible in the manner in which they are. They help us to ensure that all of our responses are, in fact, given the right sort of consideration. So to Mr. Isaacs, Mr. Anthony, and Ms. Wetherill this evening, we want to say thank you. And to all of the technical people who continue to support us week after week, whether behind the cameras or controlling our buzzers, our clicker system, as well as the team from the Education Broadcasting Unit and the Ministry of Education Science Department, headed by Mr. Anthony Spencer. And of course, to our trusty in-house studio audience, we wish to thank you very, very much for being here with us. Give yourselves a big round of applause. It's always a wonderful thing having you. And so we look forward to next week's encounter, where the Clare Hall Secondary School will come up against the St. Anthony's Secondary School in their first match in this second round. So until we come your way again, we say good evening to you and God bless.
A sickness benefit is payable weekly to an insured person between 16 and the pensionable age who is absent from work because of a certified illness, not due to occupational injury. There are minimum qualifications that must be met before you make a claim, so please contact your Social Security office to find out more. Most importantly, the claim must be made within 21 days of the illness and the Social Security medical certificate completed in full to ensure timely processing.
Contact the Social Security Office to have your questions on sickness benefits answered.